I think I'm working now, finally. Yay, I think I'm finally working. Yippee, yippee, yippee. Thank you, honey. My husband is the greatest. What's up, y'all? What's up, people? We are finally rocking and rolling. I'm trying this new app. I have re-aired stuff on this app before, but I haven't actually gone live. What's up, Ralph White? I see you. What's up, David Steven? What's up, Michelle Edwards? What's up, Emmy Bree? What's up, Shall I Blog? What's up, Michelle Edwards? Love Jones, I see you. Dawn Billings, I see you. I see the Brownstone Experience. I hope you guys are following the Brownstone Experience. We got some really great stuff coming up, you guys. We have a show coming up for Mother's Day weekend that I'm really excited about. Oh, you guys, I can plug again this film that's coming in very soon. Jessica Care Moore. Make sure you guys follow He Looked Like a Postcard Film. Also, and that is in the can. I think she's editing that right now. I play her best friend Chuck. It was a lot of fun. It was my hometown, so I was a little geeked up about that. I see you, Ivan Daniels, Angela Williams, Harris Peck. What else? I mentioned that Brownstone is going to be in Chicago and in Atlantic City Mother's Day weekend. So please make sure, if you guys have not already, listened to the radio and get y'all tickets. You can go over to WIRFmedia.com and make sure you guys register. We got some really great shows that are coming. The post that I did previous to this was my show From the Bottom Up. It was a show that I created. We did 3 seasons at BET Her. I'm super duper proud of the show. Like, super proud of the show, because it really gave me an opportunity to have, number one, ownership, which y'all always hear me talking about, but also it gave me the opportunity to tell authentic, real stories. You know, I get tired of the same. I know we all get tired of that same shit, you know, flipping over tables, throwing drinks. This one mad because that one got a new car and that one didn't. This was a great series about women who served time in prison, you know, even if it was as much as 90 days. You know, rebuilding their lives. They were at one point at the top, then they hit rock bottom, and it was just really showcasing their climb back to the top. So I'm always looking for ways to help people share their stories, their authentic stories, not the ones they steal from other people. But that's catty, and I'm not going to go there right now. Helen asked, please have MoNique on your show. Listen, let me tell y'all something about MoNique and me. I think that MoNique is one of the most brave, no nonsense, keep it real, say it like you mean it, women in this industry. And I've had my opinions in the past about, you know, the situation, and, you know, but as you sort of live and learn and you look at what's really going on out in these streets, women like MoNique are so necessary. You know, I like to pride myself in being in that league of women that just says what the hell we got to say. And I think that's important, because this industry is so full of fake ass people that I just love when we come across somebody who keeps it all the way real. And MoNique keeps it all the way real. You know, another person who keeps it all the way real, a lot of people don't agree with what she has to say, is that Angela Stanton. Listen, and Angela, I have told Angela in the past. Angela was on my show From the Bottom Up, if y'all looked at the clip I posted previously. One of the things that I love about her is that whether you agree with her or not, she's going to say what she got to say. And I think we just need to get to a place in this world. Now, again, I make it very clear. It's a lot of shit that Angela says that I absolutely do not agree with. But we have the kind of a relationship where we can say that to each other. And I've just learned at this stage in my life, I just don't want to be dealing with no more fake people, period. I'd rather somebody be wrong than for someone to be fake. That's it. I would rather a person be wrong as 2 left shoes with me than for a person to be fake. I can't stand a fake ass. Anyway, Carlette Martin Brown asked, will I be producing any scripted projects soon? Yes, indeed. In fact, y'all listen. Let me get my position and sip me some water right quick. I'm almost out of my water. But listen, y'all. I am producing 2 scripted series. I want to tell y'all about it so bad. One is a film. One of them is a series. And I want to share it with y'all so bad. But people out in these streets stealing so fast and stealing so quick and stealing so often that I've just decided that until it gets right up on the moment where we're ready to release what we're working on, then I'm just not going to say nothing. Because I don't know how much longer I could be as nice as I've been about the intellectual property theft that is going on in these streets today. Yes, and there's a lot of that. And you can see what I'm talking about if you've missed the boat at where y'all say it with me, wirfmedia.com. My show, Soul Kittens Cabaret, was copyrighted in 2005. And every other thing that I do is copyrighted. It does not stop a thief from thinking that they can go in and change a few things around and still keep the basis of your story, especially when there's a lot of money that the person has on the table. They figure that most creatives don't have the resources to fight, and by the grace of God, hallelujah, glory to God, I have been able to do just that and will continue to do just that, because wrong is wrong and right is right. But we're going to have a real conversation about copyrights and trademarks and all of that important stuff very soon, because it's important that creatives know that they can protect themselves in a lot of different ways. Donald Antoine, love you, Nikki. You got my support. We got to own it and go after what is ours. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Listen to this. This is the realest shit that I'm going to tell you guys. Ownership of your properties is how you get to the place of having generational wealth. That is how long term there's a return on the things that you own. Just like when you buy your house, you have to live in it for a few years before you have equity in your home, but you own it. So when you finally decide that you're ready to sell your shit, then you can sell it and get you a little something extra on the side. It's the same thing with intellectual property, songs, music, things that you create. The reason you get as much help producing and creating and developing these shows is because the people know that when they own it, they don't have to make money next year. They don't got to make money the year after that. They know that they own the title for the life of the title. And they know that their company, their business, their kids, their grandkids, their children's children, grandkids, whatever, gonna benefit from them owning that. You guys can't see my office, but I got all kinds of plaques and awards and shit on my office. I got the Brownstone stuff, the Tory Lane stuff, the guest appearance stuff, all of that. Plaques and awards and shit are cool. Do you want to leave your kids plaques and awards? Or do you want to leave your kids the rights to the properties that you create so that they can license it forever, ever, and make money like the big boys do? And streaming is leveling the playing field, you guys. I've said that many times. And so many of us are so focused on being famous, right? So many of us are so focused on having a nice bag, the nice car. Listen, guys, I get it. When you come from not having had anything and then you get to a place in your life where you're like, oh shit, now I can actually have something of value and I can pass this thing down for my children and legacy. It just changes your perspective. It really does. Becoming a grandmother really changed my perspective. And the other thing that was crazy that I had to learn as a grandmother is I really have to start talking my grandson. I have to start talking to him about what he's going to see and what he's going to hear about his grandma. Right? Because he loves me and I can do no wrong. But when you have whack ass people out here that are just mad because I'm fighting for my rights and I'm not going to just let nobody piss on me and tell me that it's raining, putting all of this negative stuff on YouTube, like I said, I always go to that, what's that damn article from people rolling out the most reviled woman on TV. I know who the hell I am, but we have kids. Everybody got kids. All of us have kids. So you have to consider that as a human being, that the shit that you put out there, if you are a journalist, if you are somebody who's just doing shit for clicks, I think it was the big thing that motivated Cardi B to fight for her defamation. Because she like, well, damn, my daughter was involved in, I don't know details, but it was some shit like that. Anyway, What's up? Oh, hey, Selena. What's up, girl? How you doing? What's up, Predator Megatron? What's up, Kimberly S? Good evening, Auntie Nikki. Okay, let me see. I agree with you all the way. Walter Grimes. What else? All is well. Finally glad to catch her live. Yes, I try not to be on one tonight because I'm just testing this new little system out. But every opportunity I get, I like to talk about the importance of ownership and owning our shit. Own your shit, period. It's just like a property. It's going to cost you more in the beginning. You're going to have to put money into developing it. You're going to have to put money into fixing it up. Your heater break down, that shit is on you, but you own it. And the equity that you acquire or accrue is yours. Okay, somebody said, will worth be employing men, although the focus is women? Hell to the yeah. My husband works for our company. The project, we're starting a project in Miami in a week and a half. Our entire filming crew, our production crew, our showrunners are all women. My field producer is a woman. Excuse me, I'm Belgian. But the people who are shooting it are men. The people who are going to edit it are men. So absolutely, we believe that we should all work together to make dope shit happen all the time. Protect Black creatives. Yes, abso-freaking-lutely. We are the most important thing. Listen, y'all, what would the world be without some of the music that has gotten us through some of the toughest times that we've had to experience in our lives? And this is something I'm going to say that I thought about the other day, and I was going to go live again, but I didn't. Imagine living in a world where you did not have the escape that artists provide. Imagine going to take your kids to school, carpool every morning, and not having that song that y'all can sing together. Not having that morning radio that you can listen to really get you through your day. Imagine, just being in a moment and not having, gospel music, the word in the form of music to get you through those moments. We are like therapists on some levels. I know the ones that's out here right now are more like terrorists than therapists, but I'm saying the ones that really make the good music from back in the day are absolutely it's like therapy, right? It is like we do some form of healing. So I think that artists and creatives need to be protected. I was going to say in the same way that you protect, educators and stuff, but they ain't really protected. These days ain't nobody protected. You gotta protect your damn self, but that's a whole nother conversation. Somebody says, oh my God, I love R&B Divas. What happened? What do you say? I think I can chalk it off to what happened was what was supposed to happen to bring us to where we are right now. And I think the opportunities that are in front of us right now are far greater than the opportunities that were behind us. That's as nice as I can put it, and as honest as I can put it, because we now have an opportunity to go back if everybody decides that's what they want to do. I'm in, right? I've said it a million times, but we have an opportunity to go back and live in that moment as more evolved women who understand what a great opportunity that was. And probably got a better idea of how to navigate it. Probably have a better idea of how to really get that bag and not be focused on the bullshit. Because it was, new to us then. And a little bullshit going on there. Why did R&B Divas get canceled? I don't know. It was time for it to be canceled. You guys, I don't go back. Now, I know in the past I might have had a different perspective. It's been 10 years, right? 10 long ass years. So my perspective has changed a lot. But back then, honestly, I think it was just ego across the board. I think everybody was like, oh, you ain't gonna do this shit to me. Oh, you ain't gonna such and such. You know what I'm saying? I think it was just a whole lot of and again, it was new. We were all passionate about our individual stuff and protective of our individual stuff. And I think it just got to a point where outside forces who were really not even supposed to be getting all involved in the fray of shit got involved in it. And somehow or another we lost our way. However, I do believe that second time around it could be even better. So I'm wide open to it. I hope that, the universe opens up the opportunity for us to do it. I heard the lady that they stole the idea to the Matrix and Terminator. I heard that she sued, and the RICO law, her book is named The Third Eye. Oh yeah, you're talking about Sophia Stewart, I believe is her name. And yeah, so IP theft has been around since the beginning of time, right? It's something that has, and I'm saving this for the conversation. We're going to have a panel discussion in March for Women's History Month. We're talking about women history makers in the space of television, film, and music who have had to fight enormous battles for respect, right? And when you dig into some of the old, the vault, right? And you read some of the stories about what happened to some of the women, like the one that you mentioned with Sophia Stewart, is mind-blowing. So we're going to open that up a little more. But at the end of the day, I'm very grateful that I have the team of attorneys that I have. They ain't cheap. It's a lot of them, but they believe me 100%. That's very important. And they have helped me line up what I believe is going to be a really compelling case, to say the least. And all I want is my bag. They want their show. I want my bag. We can meet somewhere in the middle. That's all. And I'm just going to leave it right there. Corey! Thank you. Corey said I'm an icon, period. I'll take that. What you call an icon? Living. No, I love it. Thank you. And the biggest thing is I'm learning how to just let the shit go. Like my shirt says, let that shit go. Everybody's speaking up. You got a coach from the NFL that's speaking up. What else? There's Zora, I believe is the name of the show, where the writer was not invited into one of the categories. And, you know, it's a lot of folks that are speaking up, you know, and I hope that the dialogue, instead of it being like this, I hope that the PTBs, that's short for the powers that be, I hope the PTBs listen to the creatives, and we can have a conversation where we can hear each other out, right? Because I'm very, 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 very confident in my case, right? And I'm not afraid of nothing but God, and looking myself in the mirror saying, you know, you didn't do enough. You didn't try hard enough. Like, that is the fear for me. The fear for me is you didn't try hard enough. You could have maybe perhaps done something different if you just tried harder. And I don't ever want to say that to myself. So I'm going hard, and I'm not giving up. But for those who are not in a position or you know, for whatever reason, they're prevented from going as hard as I'm finna go. This fight is for them. This fight is for people who got and never really saw the victory that they should have seen, or the reward that they should have seen. It's for all creatives. And I'm not just saying this shit because it sounds good. I mean it. But you guys, listen, for me, what's more important is that I speak from my heart, and I speak real stuff as opposed to the fluffy shit, because I think what's real speaks to the heart. And I'm just trying to speak to people's hearts. Can you speak on what guests you have lined up for the next She Speaks Live? Okay, so we're starting She Speaks Live officially Women's History Month. That's usually when we start every year for our foundation, is when March, the first week in March is when we launch our programming, whether it's our town hall discussions or whatever. We will definitely have Stacey J, Shanita Foster, Stacey J Johnson, Christine Beatty back. We're going to hopefully have a lot of exciting new guests on the show. I think it's a great platform for not just celebrities, but everyday women to talk about mental health, to talk about mind, body, and spirit wellness, to talk about entrepreneurship and business. So I'm proud of it, and we will definitely be back. You are so strong. Love you and your inspirational posts and live. Thank you. We don't have no choice but to be strong, you guys. Listen. What they say, go cry for your little 2-3 minutes and then come back and get into the fight. Trust me, I have those moments. I have those mornings, those days when I wake up and I really like physically want to fight specific people about shit. Like, I just wake up and I'm just like, we're human. Because I'm thinking about this person that's done this, that's just completely out of order and that. But instead of being reactive, I have to figure out ways to be proactive. I have to figure out ways to stay focused on my goal, which is to launch this streaming platform and get them subscribers up, because SVOD, subscription video on demand, live pay-per-view concerts and shit like that is the future. I'm telling y'all right now. I know people get real excited about being on linear television, but to the lady's point that said nobody wants to work with you, listen, as long as you subscribe and you watch and there is an audience for it, that's all I care about. We are going to give you dope ass content on workmedia.com. And that's the reason why we established it, so that we're not in a situation like the one Whoopi Goldberg is in right now, and so many other people find themselves in, where somebody tells them you're fired, or we laying you off, or you're not getting paid. This is about people having ownership of our platforms and the ability to have conversations that people may not agree with, but you get something from it, right? Like, we're starting to become so focused on silencing people, right? If freedom of speech is real, then people should be able to say, and I'm not saying I agree with a lot of the shit that people say, but I understand that you cannot agree with somebody and still give them a platform to say what they have to say, so that you can start the dialogue. Because if you're always silencing people and every time you mention a certain topic, it's up, no, then we never get anywhere, because those people still feel the way they feel. It's still groups of those people growing in different places, and they feel more suppressed, like they can't share their thoughts and share what they have to say. And that is where the anger and the hate and the violence and the animosity comes from. If you're in the practice of mastering your own energy, you let people say what the hell they got to say. You let people speak what they have to say. If you don't agree with it, you can shut the hell up, or you can come up with a rebuttal and let them, they'll give you the stage to say what you have to say. But we have to be able to express how we feel, honestly, and not be afraid that by speaking up and saying how you feel, to the lady down there that said some shit earlier's point, that people are not going to work with you. Oh, well, I don't want to work with them that don't want to work with me. Period. And I create most of the work I do, I create. Which is why I fight so hard when a motherfucker try to steal it from me. Sending you so much love, Nicci. Trailblazing is not easy. It is not easy. But what I understand about being somebody who speaks up in the face of adversity, being somebody who's definitely trying to move mountains on some old Nicci and Goliath shit, what I've learned is that that is the reason that it is so impactful for a large group of people, right? That's the reason you know that it's not just about the individual. Because if I was just doing this for myself, then I wouldn't put myself through this if it was just about me. You know, if it was going to live and die with me. No, I'm doing this because I understand that what I am building and what I am creating is something that is going to be around to provide generational wealth and wellness for people for years and years and years to come, right? I think it's important for us to make sure our kids know the value, the long-term value of the intellectual properties that they create, so we can really help our families, so we can get out of this hole that we're in. And that's just my fight. That's just my fight. That's just what God has ordained for me, because he knows that I am built for it. And I'm not no superhero. And like I said, it is definitely not easy. But I thank God that I've never thought about giving up. Never thought about giving up my fight. Never thought about giving up my life. Never thought about giving up on my dreams. I thank God that as dark as it has gotten and as hard as it has gotten for me, I have not had those feelings and those thoughts. But I understand that people do all the time. I respect that people do all the time. I have people that I love very much that do. My mom is in heaven now, so, I can say that, I was with my mom when she had one of those moments. And thank God I was with her. It didn't happen all the way, but it almost did. And if I had not been there, then it could have. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom was dealing with a lot of pain. This is a long, long time ago, you know, when I was in my 20s, in the height of my career. You know, my mom, you know, had a moment where she attempted suicide. And it was very difficult, very, very difficult for our family to get over, you know. And my mom had a lot of trauma in her life. She had a lot of really awful things that happened to her. And yeah, it was kind of deep and heavy. So it's important for me to make sure that I use this gift, this platform, the ability to reach people, to not just sing, to not just entertain and make y'all laugh and be like, you shot Vera Brown on Meet the Browns, or I almost got my GED, motherfucker, so you can kiss my ass, Crayola and woo. I'm also the advocate. I'm the speaker. I'm the philanthropist. I'm the entrepreneur. I'm Auntie Nicci. I'm a woman who truly loves other women, who truly loves helping other women get to the next level. Every show that I've done, the songs, the girl groupness of it all, it is all based on my desire to wholeheartedly help other people. And I saw my mom struggle, like I mentioned. Like, once you are in a room with your mom and she attempts something like that, it grows you up fast, you know? And the loss of Maxie, I talk about that a lot. I lost my parents 90 days apart a couple years ago. I use it as wind beneath my wings. I know it sounds cliche, but I really use it to help lay a more solid foundation for future generations, because it's hard out here. You guys, the Chesley Chris thing, whew. Her mom's message, that was a good old cry I needed. And it was so heartbreaking, because here's a woman who on the outside looked like she had it all, right? Beautiful, smart, funny, ambitious, such a bright career in front of her, and yet still she was suffering from depression. And you know, when I see that, it just reminds me of my mother. It reminds me of other people that I know and that I love, and it reminds me that it's important for me to do more than just entertain people. So I ain't trying to be Nikki Luther King. I'm not trying to be C. Dolores Tucker. I'm just trying to use the experiences in my life to help impart wisdom and build something that is more sustainable. And we got to stop being so focused on getting high. We have got to understand the importance of building something that is going to last longer than we are. That's it. And that's what I want to do. And that's what I'm going to do. So, yes, Black women are going to save the world. Black women are going to save the world, 100%. Let me see. Any other questions? It would be great if you're right, because we need our own media where we control the narrative. All we have to do to have our own media where we control the media is to bring all of us together in one space. I say this all the time. If we could get 1 million Black women, if we could get 1 million Black women to join WIRF Media at $30 a year. $30 a year. 1 million Black women. That's $30 million in revenue. Forget a pyramid scheme. Forget selling some tea. Forget miracle weight loss pills. If we could just pull together 1 million women and convince 1 million women that our stories and our narratives and our depictions and our ownership is worth $30 each, we would have $30 million a year. $30 million a year. We would have $30 million a year. I'm going to say it again. If at Worth Media, we could convince 1 million women to pay $30 for 1 year of content that entertains, uplifts, empowers, educates, informs, panel discussions, talks about mental health, talks about business and entrepreneurship, all of the dopest women in the media coming together for one purpose, which is to empower us, we could bring in $30 million a year. And the only reason why we can't do it is that the PTBs, the powers that be, they keep us divided and hating on each other. Yep. You know, thank you guys for supporting me in this big litigation I have coming up. Like I said, I know it's not going to be easy. I don't expect it to be easy. But I'm going to fight like hell for my shit. Yep. That is it. That is all.